I just meant for you to have a taste.
Well then, taste it shall be.
There are unfortunately only a handful of Chris Farley movies out there, but only one that is criminally underrated and not talked about nearly at all. I'm not even kidding. No featurette, no official behind-the-scenes making of or outtakes, nothing. Not even many YouTube videos on it besides a review here and there, and a great little video by Allison Priegler. Link in the description. I just discovered her doing research for Almost Heroes, and I binged like 10 of her videos back to back to back. She's great, check her out. Chris Farley plays Bartholomew Hunt, a loud, crude tracker, and Matthew Perry as Leslie Edwards, a high-class buffoon.
When the history books are written, Lewis and Clark will be but a footnote to a footnote, and I, sir, will be the note. Sorry!
Thank you.
Like seriously, it's refreshing to see someone else play the idiot who falls down in a Chris Farley movie. They're racing against Lewis and Clark to chart a route to the Pacific Ocean first. And it's actually an interesting story for a movie, following a group that's in the shadows of another famous expedition, also starring other greats like Eugene Levy as French interpreter Guy Fontenot, Kevin Dunn as Spanish conquistador Hidalgo.
You don't like my hair?
Yes, it's nice.
Nice. My hair is magnificent.
Bokeem Woodbine as Jonah, Leslie's servant.
Jonah, it is absolutely brutal out here. The water's nowhere near as hot as it was in Virginia.
David Packer as Bidwell, and Hamilton Camp as Pratt.
I fear the bear has killed Mr. Bidwell, sir. He's failed to communicate with me by way of his ear.
Chris Farley and Matthew Perry play great off each other, and it was refreshing to see someone who isn't David Spade co-star with Farley. Matthew Perry does a great job playing the overconfident idiot, which leaves Farley with rare scenes where he actually outsmarts him like this.
Ah, good news. Looks like they're gonna let us live.
Let us live.
I had to give them a few of your finer things, of course, so they wouldn't kill us.
Mr. Hunt, the Iowas would never have killed us.
I know that. I'm just not carrying that junk with us the whole trip.
But don't worry, Farley has his moments of glorious stupidity as well.
The lower case A. Oh, God.
It was directed by Christopher Guest, who's known for his successful mock docs. In fact, his movies generally get very positive reviews. So what went wrong? Filming completed in 1996 and the movie was set to release in 1997, but was delayed an entire year because of the pending merger between Time and Warner. By the time it did come out in 1998, Chris Farley had been passed away already for 6 months. Even if the movie was absolutely terrible, and in my opinion it wasn't, it should have raked in tons of money being Farley's last movie. But the promotion for the movie was terrible. No tours, no big openings, nothing. I'm guessing a lot of it had to do with Farley's death itself, but the only promotion I could find was a terrible article that interviewed Matthew Perry about knowing if Farley was on drugs during shooting, and is really nothing about the actual movie. Also, the entire ending was reshot during reshoots and for some reason is missing Bokeem Woodbine, without any explanation from the movie either. The ending was redone because they cut Leslie Edwards' love interest, played by frequent Christopher Guest collaborator Parker Posey.
We met at Starbucks. Not at the same Starbucks, but we saw each other at different Starbucks across the street.
I personally also blame the name of the movie. It was originally named Edwards and Hunt, a play off Lewis and Clark. I think this is the perfect name, and as long as I can remember, people have always mixed Almost Heroes with Almost Famous. Almost Heroes? Isn't that the movie about that band? No, it's not. It's an awesome Chris Farley movie. After all that, the movie only made $6 million on its $30 million budget. With a year-long delay, a name change, an ending that was completely redone and rushed, and the passing of Chris Farley felt like the perfect storm for disaster. Producer Denise DeNovi sums it up.
The script was brilliant. We even hired Christopher Guest to direct it. I've thought so many times about what went wrong. I always like to say I have the distinction of making the only unsuccessful Christopher Guest movie. You never know with movies. It's kind of like alchemy, the chemistry just didn't work. It had all the right actors. It had a great director, a great script. But I think the tone of the comedy was very odd. It almost read better than it played. It wanted to be a quirky, British, Blackadder type of comedy, and here we had Chris Farley and Matthew Perry. It was just a weird combination.
If you're in the mood for a good Chris Farley movie and haven't seen this one, then I beg you, give it a chance. Is it perfect? No, but it's a pretty damn good comedy. Thanks for watching, everybody.
It's been my lifelong dream to see the Pacific Ocean before I die. Please take me with you.
An old bag of bones like you wouldn't make it 100 yards upriver.
On my worst day, I could still beat the stuffing out of you, you puffed-up crow's cock.
No, you couldn't.
I know.